Hi, welcome back to Aura7 channel. My name is Francesca. And today I wanted to go through a little Chaturanga tutorial. Through my teaching experiences, I've seen so many people doing Chaturanga in the wrong way. So I wanted to make sure that you're going to do it in the right way. And I wanted to give you a couple tools how to practice that, how to get into the right alignment, and also how to get stronger in your body in order to get to the final right Chaturanga pose. So we're going to use 2 blocks for this class today, this tutorial today. And when you're ready, let's meet on our mats. Alright, so today we're going to work on these Chaturangas and we're going to use 2 blocks for that. So make sure you have 2 blocks right at the top of your mat somewhere. And we're going to start in a nice little child's pose just to get ready for that. Stretch the arms forward, spread the fingers, drop the hips back towards the heels, lengthen through the spine. Close your eyes. Just start that beautiful inner journey on your mat. Just to focus on the mat, focus on the breath. Focus on softening the body down to the earth. Start to deepening your breath. Strong inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. And then slowly rise up into tabletop position all fours. We're going to stretch out our wrists slightly. So turn your fingers around, point the fingers towards the knees. Bring a nice little bend into the elbows. And then feel how you're lifting the energy up from the wrist joint. Good. Pull the belly in. And then now we're going to go through a couple of little gentle cat and cows. It doesn't have to be your deepest cat and cow. I just want to make sure that we start to open up those wrists. We're getting the wrists ready for those deep chaturangas. Good. Couple like that. And eventually you're going to slightly shift the body weight back towards the heels. So you're really going to feel the frontal wrist joint to open up. And be mindful again. Focus on the breath. With each exhale, see if you can let it go a little bit further back. Good. And then shift the body weight back into regular tabletop. Flip the palms around, and now this time point the fingers again towards the knees, but we're going to place the weight onto the tops of your palms. The thumbs are pointing towards each other, the pinkies are out. Micro bend into the elbows. Now that could be already super intense, so feel free to stay here. Or maybe start to go through a couple cats and cows if that's okay with you. But again, we don't want to feel any pain. Slight little discomfort, of course, we open up the wrist, you're going to feel that. But no sharp pain for sure. Always check with your body. Good. And then maybe shifting the body weight back towards the heels. That's just a maybe. That could be way too intense. And come back to center. Turn the fingers around. Shake out the wrist. Send the fresh blood into the wrist joint. Good. Those wrists are ready. Good. And then we're going to start into a high plank position, top of a push-up. So in your high plank, see if you can lift up the knees and the thighs and engage your thighs. Lifting the kneecaps away from the mat. Pull the belly in towards the spine and then gently tuck the tailbone under. So your tailbone's pointing towards the back of the mat. Now start to roll the elbows, the triceps muscles towards the back, and then reach with the center of the chest all the way forward. Make sure you're not overlocking the elbows, so keeping just a micro bend into the elbows. And then see if you can make the back of the neck nice and long. So the head is the extension of your spine. Pull the belly in. And even though this pose is uncomfortable, your body starts to shake here, see if you can keep the focus onto the breath. Feel the energizing sensation from the heels to the crown of the head. The belly is strong. And then from here, turning the triceps back, slowly press back into a downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet slightly. Lengthen through the outer armpits down towards the pinky fingers. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And then come forward into a high plank position. And this time, we're going to lower down onto our elbows, forearm plank. So make sure you have the elbows right underneath the shoulders. And your wrist is following the elbow line. So you're not trying to bring the fingers closer together. Keep them nice and straight. Press down through the palms. And now again, feel how your chest is reaching forward. Your outer shoulders are wrapping down. Your belly is pulling in towards the spine and your legs are super strong. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Just focus on the breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now slowly drop the hips down and the thighs down to the mat. Come into a little Sphinx pose just to ease it out. Get a little break in your shoulders, in your arms, in your core, in your legs. Good. Now come back into your tabletop position. And you're going to set up 2 blocks at the top of the mat. Just like that. Make sure that they are shoulder distance apart. And you're going to place the fingers behind these blocks. Now keeping the knees down to the mat, you're going to drop the shoulders, the front part of the shoulders, down onto these blocks. Just like that. Make sure that they're nice and steady. They're really supporting you. Nothing is moving, nothing is wobbly. And then step your right foot back. And then step the left foot back. And find a low chaturanga. Now, same rule here. Can you reach with the chest forward? Squeeze the elbows to your side. Pull the belly in. And keep your legs nice and strong. And just breathe. Lift the belly, tuck the tailbone under. Don't drop your middle. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the knees down to the mat. Awesome job, perfect. All right, we're gonna repeat it one more time, but this time we're gonna see if you can slowly start to straighten those elbows and come up into a high plank position. So starting into that low chaturanga, but first we're gonna set those blocks up nicely, right underneath the shoulders. And we're stepping the feet back, squeezing those elbows in, keeping the legs strong, keeping the middle strong, the belly strong. Now strong exhale as you focus on your belly. Shh. Straighten those arms coming into your high plank pose. And then see if you can lower back down by leaning forward, squeezing the elbows in. Oops, we made it our way back all the way to that block. Now you can try it again. Shh. Push it up. Keeping the spine, keeping the middle section nice and long. And slowly come on back down. Come on all the way back. Then release the knees down. So that can be super challenging for a couple of you guys. And that's absolutely okay. That's why I wanted to show you a different variation. When you can actually keep the knees down onto the mat and practice the same posture with the knees down. So we're going to start here. Same position. Blocks are shoulder distance apart, fingers behind the blocks, placing the shoulders down. Now this time, we're just going to slide the knees back. So instead of being in the tabletop position where your booty is up in the sky, we want to make sure that the spine is nice and long, right? So tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly in, and still feeling the same elongating sensation throughout the whole spine. It's a little bit easier with the knees down to start to push the earth away and straighten those elbows. And come on back down. Same thing. One more time. Exhale. Lift it up. Squeezing those elbows in. And slowly come on back down. Shh. All right. So you can practice the same thing when you're in a class without the blocks as well. So when you come into your chaturanga, you have a couple good options. The one good options I usually tell to my clients to hold in their high plank pose until they really feel like they're enough strong in their arms, in their shoulders, instead of lowering down into a chaturanga. So that's one option. The other option is you releasing those knees down. Again, watch that you're tucking the tailbone under, maybe sliding the knees further back behind you, keeping the engagement in the core, squeezing those elbows in, and come down into your chaturanga. Right? You can push it back up. So these are a couple good tools you can practice while you're in a yoga class or practicing at home. Just make sure that you're going to open up those wrists nicely. You're going to work on the shoulder mobility and work on the shoulder strength and keeping the core nicely engaged. And one thing you should never forget about it is your breath. Your beautiful, strong breath is what's going to make you stronger and stronger every single time. Keep up with that. Keep practicing. Practice your chaturangas and see you back on your mat next time. Thanks for practicing with me.